сержант, тільки не пропадай, куди нам? Скажи, поки кисень є. Я дитина, що вже не спить, я дитина, що б'є за мить. Нехай усе згорить, нехай усе згорить. Забагато читав, від того мало спав. Були кращі часи, що не так цінував. Я втрачаю зв'язок, бо тариф не придбав. Кохана, скажи мені, де ти є. Я в човні, що на захід вдаль. Я люблю тебе, просто знай. Усе згорить, нехай, усе згорить, нехай. Де я тепер? Ховаюсь під мостом, чи щойно народився. Хай звук сирен затихне хоч на мить, для слів потрібна тиша. Де я тепер? Пісня міла ціле підвалі. Який це потрібно просто жити далі, жити далі. Скоро і ми побачимось, знай, свої сльози облиш, рукавом витирай. Я віддам автомат і вернуся, чекай. Як тільки дійде кінця, хай мене кудись занесе. Буду думати лиш про це. Згорить, нехай усе, згорить, нехай усе.
Hi rollers, let everything burn. This one is called, and here I am. Hi guys, never gonna give you up, as fucking always. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is a gift from Nikki. Pretty awesome one. I will show it once again when more rollers are gonna be here. I'm gonna show it closer for now. Let people notice it appeared there. I'm a bit sleepy today, since yesterday's coffee on the coffee shop stream was not a mistake, but my conscious choice to not have a proper sleep at night. You know, that coffee affected my sleep, and I went to bed only at 4 a.m. So today I'm not in the best shape, but you see I'm speaking pretty fast. That means I still have some energy, and I'm not yawning, at least, as a couple of days ago. As on Sunday, yeah. We never let you down. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, everyone who is in the chat and who is just watching, not in the chat, but, you know, silently watching and not chatting. I know there are those people too. Welcome, everyone who is joining. To be honest, what? When I'm tired like today, I am not the most optimistic person, but still, the mood is much better than it could be, than it could be. So, guys, I wanted to give you the short summary of the news that we're gonna discuss today. Let me tell you real quick what we're gonna discuss today. First is the tempo of the occupation of Donetsk Oblast by Russians. Then we're going to talk about some frontline advancements of Russians, of course, not that many advancements of our side right now, because we need to do an army reform. We're going to talk about corruption in Ukraine, some couple of schemes in the military sector, how our officials are stealing money on repair of the military vehicles, equipment, we're also going to talk about the successful anti-submarine operation of SBU. We're going to talk about the Russian fakes that they produce about Kupiansk and trying to convince their damn population that they still hold Kupiansk. And then we're also going to talk about the possibility of any agreement anytime soon between Russia, which right now is represented by United States, and Ukraine. We're also gonna talk about how the brigades are still being created. Also, we're gonna listen to the song of the 3rd Assault Brigade. A pretty good one. I enjoyed it. Such a chill song about the war, And we are also gonna talk about some commanders, some commander in particular of the particular unit who is a butcher, who is treating his personnel as cannon fodder, drinking and taking drugs. And we're also gonna talk about the air defense of Russia and about Sazache. Not such a bad news about Sazache, by the way, guys. Remember, I was giving you the bad news about Sazache on Sunday. Today, we're gonna make it a bit better. So, here is the summary of all the news you're gonna hear today. If you're interested, stay and listen. If you like this idea that actually Andres shared with me to give a summary of the news before reading the news themselves, then let me know in the comments. And thank you everyone for joining. Before I begin reading you the news, I wanted to remind you that I am raising funds as always. And you know what? Since the situation is not getting better on every front, including the fundraising front, I will set a goal today for this stream too. Since it's going to be a shorter stream than the coffee shop stream, it's going to be 1.5 hours approximately. I want to aim for $300. I think we can do it. I think, of course, it depends on the number of people who's going to join the stream, but there is always a chance, and I don't ever want to give up. I won't ever give our defenders up. This is why I'm setting a $300 goal for today for fundraising. And I will show you the raffle item. With your donations, with each $10 of your donation, you can get the ticket for the raffle of this amazing Elephant Team patch. This is the patch of, you can see El Greco, he signed it. It's a pretty big patch. This patch is bigger than the average one. Let's take any average patch. Yeah, so let's take this one, for example. Almost twice bigger. You can see. A very special patch, signed by a Ukrainian. Well, he's a hero for me. Of course, he doesn't consider himself a hero, but he is my hero. El Greco, my friend from Donetsk, who is defending Ukraine for the last 4 years, he's a legend for me. He is a hero for me. So he signed this one for you rollers. Let's roll and let's raise some funds today. I'm aiming for 300 minimum goal. And we got the first donation just now, $20 from Jason Slobodyan. Thank you very much, Jason. Here is your first $20 from my nephews. Thank you very much, Jason. It was fast, damn it. Привіт з Фінляндії, вітаю. Hello from Finland, guys. That means, I think you all know привіт by now. Слава Україні, героям слава, Vintage 1073. Hi everyone, guys, who's joining the chat. I'm going to see you in the chat, but I'm not going to react while I'm reading the news. Once I finish the news, I will ask you to ask me questions about the news that I'm going to provide. And you, please, please wait until the end. I'm going to be reading the news approximately for an hour. There's going to be some interesting stuff there today. Let's begin with a more optimistic news. I would say they are. They are, considering, well, these are going to be a factual news. These are going to be facts about the Russian occupation of Donetsk Oblast. And that occupation is not as successful as Putin is convincing Trump, and as Trump is convinced, you know. Why would you... Trump was asked by a reporter a couple of days ago, or journalist, if it makes a difference. So, would you keep forcing Ukraine to give Donbass, the whole Donbass, to Russia? You know, they actually lost it already. They lost it. No, that's bullshit. Let's talk about this. Let's discuss facts. Let's talk facts, right? So let's go to the map of Donbass, map of deep state map. And they actually made a video in which, I'm going to turn off the sound, in which they are showing how, I'm not showing it to you though. Let me show you the screen. Here it is, guys. So here's the map of the Donetsk Oblast, and that's how the situation was changing during the whole full-scale war, starting from 2022. Well, they actually started from April. It's 6th of April 2022. 6 here, let's see. Yeah, 3rd of April 2022, when their speedy occupation stopped. So let's look at this, and then I'm gonna read the text about this video. Or you know what? I'm gonna read the text when the video is gonna be shown. The tempo of the occupation is gonna be different, but listen to this. Listen to what they have to say. Over the past 3 years and 8 months, 44 months or 1,350 days, the enemy has captured 23% of Donetsk Oblast, while 22.6% remains under the control of the Ukrainian Defense Forces. So guys, our forces still control 22.6%. Although the dynamics of the occupation of Donetsk Oblast look quite active in day-to-day updates, in terms of control over the entire region, the process is extremely slow. Before the full-scale invasion, militants of pro-Russian terrorist groups controlled approximately 32% of the oblast. During the first 40 days of the invasion, due to the collapse of defenses in southern Ukraine and the encirclement of Mariupol, the Katsap managed to seize another 22.4% of Donetsk Oblast. After that, the pace of advance slowed as the defense forces held the line from Velika Novosilka to Vuhledar, while the Katsap was ground down in assaults on the Don UR, which is Donetsk fortified region. It is a historical fact that the German Wehrmacht in less than 47 months managed to go from the western Bug River to Moscow and Stalingrad, and then return to Berlin. In contrast, the so-called Second Army in the world, over an almost identical period, has moved from Donetsk to Pokrovsk. It is hard to understand how American partners consider such a turtle-paced offensive a trump card. Although, of course, we ourselves are also unable, under the current balance of forces, to liberate all internationally recognized territories. Overall, if there are no major changes, then to occupy all of Donetsk Oblast, the Katsaps would need at least another 3 years. So where exactly the trump card is, feel free to write in the comments under the post. Yeah, guys, so the occupation is not as successful as Russians are painting it for Americans, and indeed, we still control the whole 22.6% of Donetsk Oblast, and you could see it on the video. Let me show you the last what is it, 2023, July 2023. So it's like last 2 years. So in the last 2 years, the situation was developing like this. Of course, the last couple of years, they seem pretty, well, bad in contrast to the first year. You see, especially right now, the occupation sped up much more. And let's hope the tempo is going to remain at least the same. If not, at best, Russia should be stopped. But you see, the tempo grows in time. And Russians also started occupying Dnipropetrovsk Oblast here and more of Zaporizhia Oblast. They are not only successful in Donetsk direction, in Donetsk Oblast. So, yeah, that's the situation. Let me quickly react to the donations. I did not get any after Jason's donation. So, rollers, I remind you that any sum of money that you can send today will help to save the lives of our defenders, of actually our friends, because 3 of the teams that we're helping today are the teams that we're constantly helping, you know, and I'm right now only talking about I'm only talking about the fundraiser with Roman, with Car for Ukraine. That big fundraiser, but 27th Brigade is the brigade that we're helping all the time. And guys, today we continue, actually not start because we started yesterday, but today we continue to raise funds for the Xmas Gifts for Kids of the fallen and missing in action defenders. So you see the progress bar at the bottom of the screen. That progress bar is for that fundraiser. We're aiming for 50,000 hryvnias, and that is approximately $1,200. So we need to raise that this week, in addition to the money that we need to close our main fundraiser and already contribute to our new fundraiser, which is going to be for a car for, if I'm not mistaken, 91st Brigade. It seems that we're going to be helping the 95th Brigade for the first time. 95th? No, 91st. But there is a 95th Brigade. It exists. It's an airborne brigade. Let me get into the line and see. Yeah, 91st Brigade that's the request from Mongol. He doesn't serve in that brigade, but his friend does. So today, I remind you guys, if you're just joining the stream, I set a goal of $300 for this stream, for this short news stream, right? And I ask you to donate because we got one donation for now, $20, and we need to get 280 more. Please start donating. Thank you. Robert Jones, thank you very much for 20 gifted memberships. I really appreciate it. Okay. Second news. Let's go, guys. Let's go to the second one. This is Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. A damn fucking circus. A parliament, they also call it. But look what they're doing there. Mariana Bezugla, who I met a couple of times, remember, on the protests, during the protests, she's an MP, just like all those thugs there. She was fighting, that guy actually was fighting her. Taruta is the last name of that guy. I don't even care what his first name is, but Bezugla says that she has Asperger syndrome, but to us Ukrainians she looks more like sociopath, considering that she likes to cultivate anger and rage and hatred. She is not okay, and this behavior in a parliament is also not okay. They like to fight, they like to humiliate themselves and all of us. Just wanted to once again remind you about these infamous characters from our parliament. A $20 donation from Martin Bissig. Thank you very much, Martin, for this donation. Let's go to the next news. Next news is about the Siversk direction. And today, was it yesterday evening, Deep State actually updated the map and the situation is getting much worse. In the last, 5 days? In the last 5 days, Russians managed to, chunk off much more territory. And the situation is getting critical. So basically, what we're talking about is this area. You see, all this area, this is Siversk direction. It is called Siversk direction right now. Siversk is located here. Here's the town of Siversk. And in the last 5 days, it almost got occupied. So let me quickly show you how situation changed in the last 5 days. Let's go. 1 day, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's actually only 4 days, guys, because there was no today's update. So in 4 days, they even on a bigger, much bigger scale. So here's the rest of Donetsk Oblast. What you see here, here is the rest of Donetsk Oblast. Here, actually here, yeah. Also this. Those 22.6% of Donetsk Oblast. And you see, the thing is, Russians... Well, wait. Liman is also Donetsk Oblast. Yeah, maybe also this. Yeah, also this. Anyway, Russians... They have some success on Siversk direction right now, and the reasons were actually described in the post of an officer or a soldier or sergeant. I don't remember exactly what his rank is, but he posted the news about how their defense is crumbling because once again the problems that we have in our army are present in that brigade too. Constant lies, no proper supplies, no replenishment of the brigade. The brigade is just it was just grinded to zero, and they are losing ground there actively because there are no men to hold that ground. And to be honest, at the moment, our military leadership is not paying much attention to this direction. Maybe they don't have anything to pay any attention to this direction, meaning the fighting brigades or regiments to send there and to really do what? To really stabilize the front line there. So you see, the situation got much worse in the last update, and they are occupying not just Siversk, but breaking through like this for, let's measure how much is it. I know that's drawing. Here's measurement. Yeah, so they are having local breakthroughs for 2.5 kilometers in 1 or 2 days. This is not big yet, but it may increase, unfortunately, if the situation won't be stabilized. So Sternenko posted about the problems of this direction actually last week already. It was on Sunday or Saturday. Doesn't matter much was it Sunday or Saturday, but look at this. It was actually 13th, so it was Saturday. Now I see it. He posted this screenshot and he said this. Critical situation in Siversk. He actually put this phrase in caps lock, so it's like, critical situation in Siversk. Over the past months, the Russians have managed to outflank Siversk, cut off the defense forces' logistics, and advance inside the city itself. Some of the existing problems there could have been addressed by increasing material support for the units and improving coordination. You see, guys, problem with coordination, and the material support of the units is also not on the proper level. The issue of staffing brigades with personnel is also extremely acute. Despite numerous reports about the ongoing crisis in this sector of the front, there is still no special attention from higher command to this situation. We cannot solve organizational problems, but we can provide drones. They are desperately needed there. There is a shortage of high-quality FPV drones. At the same time, we ourselves lack the funds to help the units there without reducing support for Pokrovsk, Kostantinivka, Novopavlivka, and Guliai-Pole. So, as you remember, Sternenko is providing the units, his fund is providing the units with drones, and you see they lack funds to help the units there without reducing support to Pokrovsk, Kostantinivka, Novopavlivka, and Guliai-Pole. So, there's a huge problem. Not enough drones, not enough men, not enough coordination, and not enough material support. This is why this direction is crumbling. I just wanted you to know that actually Deep State community on their YouTube channel, they today they launched a video where they're describing the problematic situation of both, let's see, what do we have here? Of both. I'm looking for a Deep State YouTube channel here, but I probably just needed to Google it. Okay, Deep State UA. Yeah, here's the new video, guys. It's no, here it is. It's 20 minutes long. They launched it only 2 hours ago. They explain the complication of the situation in Guliai-Pole and Siversk on these two directions. So I would like to give you the summary of it, but I didn't watch the video, and I would actually wait for a text version about this. They will definitely provide it on their Telegram channel, so I am definitely gonna give you what they report from there in the next news update on Sunday. Hello, Martina Wendt. Thank you very much for €5 super sticker. Guys, I got one more donation, $40 from Nikki Hill. Thank you very much, Nikki. $20 to the main fundraiser, $20 to the gifts for the children. Thank you very much. So, guys, I set a goal of $300 for this short stream, which is going to end in 1 hour, and we still need to raise $220 because we already raised $80. It's a pretty good pace, guys. $80 in the first 29 minutes. So if you can donate right now, anything, $10, $5, $20, whatever you can, do it now, okay? Please don't hesitate. Here's the patch on the raffle this week: Elephant Team, El Greco, and the whole team was named after his commander, Slon Elephant, who was killed by Russians. He was only 28 years old, and he was an exemplary commander who was, luckily, the commander of El Greco, and he kept him and many of his guys alive until last year when he was killed. So El Greco signed this patch, as you can see. And he also put the second signature, the Donetsk Oblast Sun, there. That's one of his favorite symbols. So, yeah, guys, this is the raffle item this week. Buy the tickets for the raffle of this patch with your donations. Each $10 of your donation gives you a ticket. I will address a chat for a second. JD, hello to you. Good to see you. Rick, is there reliable information about Ukrainian losses? This week has yielded some of the biggest Russian losses in nearly a year, and while many Ukrainian channels celebrate, I can't help but think that even if invader losses increase, that means they are attacking, and by dint of statistics, that means UA losses will increase. But no one ever talks about that. Yes, JD, you're actually asking the right person, because I'm talking about such hard and unpleasant things too. We have heavy losses, and while some people are celebrating, The Russian losses, I am not celebrating it because I understand the price of those losses. Their losses are also connected to our losses. And I don't know any losses, and to be honest, I don't want to know our real losses, the numbers, but I know it's hundreds of thousands by now, too. Russians have over 1 million. And, it doesn't make it easier for us to lose so many, hundreds of thousands of best sons and daughters of Ukraine. So, yeah, thank you for pointing that out, and thank you for actually being conscious and not just consuming copium and not considering the price of those achievements. Thank you, JD. Okay, just got one more donation, $10 from Jason. Once again, thank you, Jason. From my niece, I will probably be back in Ukraine in February. Awesome. See you then. So, guys, that means we raised $90, 210 left to reach the minimum goal today. You have only 1 hour to donate, and then I will finish the stream. Let's go to the next news. What do we have next? Next is corruption. Corruption in the military sector, guys. Here, if you are new to this channel, guys, because I'm also streaming in vertical format at the same time as I'm doing it in horizontal. Thank you, YouTube, for this new function. It's pretty good. I wanted to tell you that I'm also talking about Ukrainian corruption here, about fighting corruption, actually. So, disclosing corruption and sentencing the corruptioneers, as we call them, people who commit corruption. It actually is a great sign. That means we're fighting corruption. On the opposite, some European countries don't really. Never gonna run around and desert you. Thank you, Just Jimmy, for that donation. 2 tickets for you. So, guys, basically that means that we're fighting corruption. And in some European countries, you cannot see any corruption. Do you know why? Because Europe is not really fighting it as we fight it. So right now we're not only, in my opinion, being a exemplary democracy, but we're also, on the other hand, being exemplary in fighting corruption. I'm not even talking about the United States. There's no corruption in the United States and Russia, because no one is fighting it at all. And everyone is closing the blind eye for corruption, or to corruption, or on corruption. Shit, how do you say it, guys? Give me the whole phrase. They close the blind eye on corruption. Is it on? Thank you. So let's talk about these searches. This is the news from the General Prosecutor of Ukraine. Actually, Sternenko posted this, basically reposting the information of the from the General Prosecutor's office. 500 million of hryvnias siphoned off for equipment repairs via directors, so-called directors, in occupied territories. Guys, it's a mind-blowing news because it is connected to occupied territories collaborators, and the money has been laundered, siphoned. They don't say laundered, siphoned. Let me tell you how much is it. Okay, let's take 500 million hryvnias, right, which is 500 million of hryvnias, and divided by 42. That's 11. Oh my fucking god, it's almost $12 million, guys. $12 million siphoned off the equipment repairs via directors in occupied territories. So prosecutors have exposed a 578 million scheme carried out through the repair of military equipment. A state-owned enterprise transferred money for spare parts, so-called spare parts, to shell companies whose managers have been located in temporarily occupied territories since 2014 or do not exist at all. Some of them were non-existent. The organizers of the cash conversion center have already been served with notices of suspicion. Now we're waiting for the names of the officials who signed off on these brilliant contracts. Yeah, guys, so we're basically now waiting for the officials because it was connected to a state. There were officials who were actually working with those fiction companies, non-existent companies, or companies that are located on the temporarily occupied territory of Ukraine. How do you like such news, guys? I like them not at all, I like them not. And not at all. And of course, it's good that it's been discovered because, when you don't discover such things, you cannot really fight it. And that means you're not fighting it at all. So, yeah, I'll make a quick pause to thank everyone for donations. But we're now stuck and we are on $90. We still need to raise $210 on this stream and only 50 minutes left to do that. So guys, please help me reach the goal today. It is not a big goal, not $500 as always. It's $300 today. Please donate. Thank you very much. And that's the raffle item this week. Elephant Team Patch from the Steel Border Brigade, Border Guards. El Greco signed this one because he is from this team. A person who I care about, and I know a lot of you also care about, El Greco. Remember, I even have his lighter here. Remember this lighter from like 1.5 years ago, maybe even 2 years ago. That was a long time ago. He is my dear friend. So, let's go, rollers. Next news. By the way, before I get to the next news, I wanted to ask you to buy some gifted memberships because, to be honest, the beginning of December was pretty good, and the middle of it is not good at all. Yeah, I'm slacking to reach the average income on YouTube, so I need your gifted memberships if you can buy them, of course. If you cannot, better donate to Ukrainian army. That's the priority. That's the most important thing. That's the second photo from the searches of the figurants of that corruption scheme. Let me move to the next one. Next news is... that's the third photo, and that's the photo from the previous news. Photo of the money that was siphoned.
Elephant
Never
Patch
gonna
tickets
run
for rollers.
around and desert you. Thank you very much, Robert Jonestar, for 5,000 hryvnias donation to the base. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Kiev Kursk. Yes, Cheryl. Yes, you remember. Great. Okay, I am now going to the next news. And this is good news. You all have seen this video, but let's watch it once again, guys. And while you're going to be watching it, I'm going to be translating the news from SBU for you who actually performed this operation. Let's go. The Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, carried out another unique special operation, creating a maritime bavovna. Remember, guys, bavovna. In the port of Novorossiysk. For the first time in history, underwater drones, Subsea Baby, detonated a Russian Project 636.3 Varshavyanka class submarine, NATO designation Kilo. As a result of the explosion, the submarine sustained critical damage and has been effectively put out of action. Yeah, guys, it is pretty awesome. It is also a pretty awesome objective control. You see from the surveillance camera that SBU got the access to. Let's watch it once again while I'm translating the end of the news. On board of the submarine were 4 Caliber cruise missiles, which the enemy uses to strike Ukrainian territory. This was a joint operation by the 13th Main Directorate of the SBU's military counterintelligence and the Ukrainian Navy. The cost of a Varshavyanka-class submarine is about 400 million. Given the international sanctions in place, building a similar submarine now could cost up to $500 million, guys. This class of submarines is also known as the Black Hole, due to the hull's ability to absorb sound and remain hard to detect by sonar. Sonar? As a reminder, the destroyed submarine had been forced to remain in the port of Novorossiysk due to the successful special operations of the Sea Baby surface naval drones, which pushed Russian ships and submarines out of Sevastopol Bay in Crimea to Novorossiysk. Okay, guys. Great news, and it had a continuation. There are satellite images in high quality posted today, actually showing the damage of the submarine. Here's the first one. Let's go to a closer look. The pier had a serious damage, and the submarine partially too. The pier here, you see, guys, it was the whole chunk bited off by an explosion. Yeah, so that's a pretty good news. Let's go to the Russian propaganda and how it works about Kupiansk in this case. So here's the map, right? Here is Tavilzhanka. Just remember this. Tavilzhanka, and Kupiansk is here. So what Russians did? The Katsabs filmed a video in Tavilzhanka, 20 kilometers from the city, and passed it off as a refutation of the loss of Kupiansk. A Katsab wouldn't be a Katsab if he didn't smear himself in filth and sit there satisfied against the backdrop of statements by the Russian MOD, Huilo, and the Rooster from the Zapad military group about having full control over Kupiansk. The factory of fakes and lies has gone into overdrive. An additive social media user on X, Belitsling, I guess, discovered that the footage the enemy presents as Pляжный Lane in Kupiansk was actually filmed on the southwestern outskirts of Tavilzhanka, just 20 kilometers from the city itself. Funny fact too, the much praised American analysts recently lauded by our general somehow managed to geolocate this as Kupiansk, which raises additional questions about the quality of their telegram monitoring. If you guys don't know who they are talking about Institute for Study of War. They call them the Institute of Study in the Telegram. As the great Kobzar said, learn from others, but do not neglect your own. Exactly. And they quoted Taras Shevchenko there, by the way. Kobzar, that's how we call him. Rollers, I'm distracting. I finished this news and distracting for the fundraising once again. The last donation was 15 minutes ago, guys. On PayPal, sorry. We're slacking a bit on reaching the goal today. I would like to reach $300, guys. And we are on 90 right now. So 210 is still needed. I need you. We need you. Me and our soldiers. Mainly them. And I, as a person who took responsibility for, actually providing them with the equipment. This is why it's also me who needs your donations, because I also bear responsibility. So please donate now, and get the tickets for the amazing patch of the Elephant Team signed by El Greco. Yep. Amazing patch. Okay. A nice joke, Jimmy, by the way. Pity it couldn't absorb sea babies. You mean the the black hole submarine. David47, hello to you. Hello everyone who is joining, guys. Don't forget to like the stream and please share it with your friends, family. I have less and less people watching me lately. I don't know if it's December or people are not interested in my news updates. Maybe the format is not very interesting for people. Maybe they want to hear, I don't know, maybe they want to hear Americans talking about Ukraine or Europeans, not as much as Ukrainians doing it. But I can only guess. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this no matter what, no matter if it's popular or not, because I think it's important. And more importantly, a lot of you also think the same, because you guys don't want to wear the rose-colored glasses. And you want to live in reality, not in the world of dreams. 14 minutes left to raise the remaining $210 on PayPal, guys. I need your donation, really. Please donate, and thank you. Let's move to the next news. Sternenko also is reporting about Hulaypole. Hulaypole is also a problematic direction right now. This is, let me show it to you on the map. Let's move to Hulaypole in Zaporizhia Oblast. It is here. You see, yesterday Deep State updated the map, and if Russians were still, they had a gray zone on the outskirts of Hulaypole, in a few places, on a few streets, you see, they already grounded up in the city. You see, they went around and they already have made the positions there. So the situation is in Hulaypole is becoming critical. I was not showing you the screen. I apologize for that. Here is Hulaypole, and let's go back in time. Yeah, only 2 days ago, there was no occupation, solid occupation. It was only a gray zone in some parts of Hulaypole, but now it got partially occupied. You see, let me actually mark the borders of Hulaypole. Hulaypole, yeah, you see, guys, Russians already have their positions in a couple of outskirts, and the gray zone in Hulaypole has grown, yeah, it has grown also. So, yeah, what the hell do we need? We need to listen to what Sternenko says about this. Yes, the Russians have made advances in Hulaypole, already inside the city itself. Unfortunately, the enemy is achieving tactical success in this sector. The set of problems is the same: poor coordination and unit cohesion. Almost complete absence of fortifications along the enemy's axis of advance, a shortage of personnel, and a shortage of equipment. I am addressing the fighters holding the line there. In addition, if additional FPV drones are needed, we are ready to help. Here are the contacts. So Sternenko is also offering soldiers who, well, drone pilots who hold the defense there he offers them more drones, and he was posting his contact on his Telegram. That's the end of this news. As I told you, more information is in Deep State video, and soon they're going to be posting some written material in their Telegram, and I'm going to translate it to you on Sunday. I will now distract with a donation. We got $50 from Danielle. Thank you very much, Danielle. She says, a little drop in the ocean. Thank you. So yeah, guys, that brings us to $140. Amazing. So 160 left to raise to reach the minimum goal today of $300. And to get that, to do that, we have only 37 minutes left. I also want to read a couple of messages in the chat while we go, before we go to the next news. Hello, Duncan Stewart. How are you doing? Howdy, Rick. We are winning. We are, but with which, or how do you say this? In what cost? Or, yeah, something like this. Hello, friend. Hello, $6 million man. How are you doing? Happy to see you. $6 million man. Do you have any means to donate? I remember that you got to spend a lot of money on the surgery to fix your body. I remember your health condition from the first time. You did not even need to repeat it to me. I remember that you spent $6 million on fixing up your body already. So yeah, but asking is not, is not gonna kill me. Silicon Curtain gave you a plug on his channel, Rick. That's how the news spreads. What plug, Cheryl? What do you mean by this? I don't understand the term. Did he promote our new campaign with Car for Ukraine, with Roman Trochimec, or what did he do? I want to find a flag with the name Hulej Pole on it. It would be cool, but I don't know where to look, to be honest, Slobodan. A TV show where a man was rebuilt from a crash. Best of luck, stronger and faster. Plug means to promote. What did he promote exactly? My news or what? Because I was complaining to you that not that many people are watching these news. So maybe it was reaction to that. I'm curious. Please continue your news updates. I'm in California and want to hear what's really happening in Ukraine. Thanks. I will send dollars soon. Thank you very much, Tinap. If you can send the dollars, do it on PayPal. That's where my fundraising is happening. Guys, I also will pin the PayPal link. PayPal link at the top of the chat. Give me a second. I have it here at the saved messages chat. Nah, I already messed up to find it. I did not pin it. Okay, Rick. Not so smart, not so smart. But I will do it. Not so smart. It was not that long ago. Yeah, here it is. I need to pin it here. So, guys, PayPal. If you want to donate, do it now because we have only 33 minutes to raise the remaining $160 on PayPal. Please help me in this. I looked in the summertime, but no such luck. Yeah, it's understandable. Not easy to find something that specific. I really enjoyed the news by Rick. Thank you very much, Silver Earths. It is good motivation to get a good feedback. And guys, I also appreciate the criticism. If it's a constructive criticism, please don't be afraid to let me know what you consider I'm doing wrong, or what I could do better, or what else I could also provide, what kind of news I could provide. So please, it is very welcome. So guys, don't be afraid to be an asshole to me, okay? If you really consider I'm making a mistake at some point, you gotta let me know. Rick scrolled to my past 3 messages that were together. That blew my mind. Thank you, JD. I will check them out. JD, is it about JD Vance? But it's 2 messages. I see 2 messages about JD Vance. There are not 3 of them. Okay, let me read it. Is it common knowledge that JD Vance's cousin served in UA forces for 3 years and only stopped because of after JD Vance won the vice presidency, and there were worries about the political. I feel like my mind is broken given the way Vance spoke to Zelensky in the infamous meeting. How is this reality? This is called sociopath or sociopathia, or I don't know how to call it properly. Sociopathism. What J.D. Vance has, in my opinion, as most of the politicians, who has no values, no principles, and ready to just do anything to achieve their goal, to destroy people, to actually encourage the genocide. It is fucked up what can be done in this world if people have a lot of power like Trump and J.D. Vance. Yeah. Silicon Curtain mentioned your constant fundraising activity for the army, Rick. Thank you. Well, I hope some people would like to donate, not just to say, "Oh, what a good boy," because you see, guys, our fundraising is going harder and harder lately, and I really need to go and be a guest on many channels. But considering the work-life balance I built, where I work all the days I have the working days, I have the needed formats. I also need to find time somehow to go to the recording of Silicon Curtain and to the streams of the friendly channels. So I will probably have to sacrifice some of my days off. And I don't want to do it because last time it led me to a burnout. Luckily, I got out of it, but you know how it goes. You guys know. Okay, guys. I have 2 more donations. Thank you very much, guys. First is from Tammy H. $15. Raffle, please. Thank you very much, Tammy. Tammy, are you in the chat? Let me know if you're there, and please, what's your nickname? I would like to know. But if you don't want to disclose it, it's totally fine. Thank you, Wella, for 20 gifted memberships. Sorry. What I'm dreaming of. I'm dreaming of some gifted memberships right now, but it is not really happening today, I see. $20 donation from Wella to this week's fundraiser. David, yes, David, thank you for the second gifted membership today. It was first from you that I did not mention. Thank you. She says, to this week's fundraisers, please keep up the news updates. Thank you very much for the compliment. Rick, I think December and the holidays maybe is why your content has less views. Yeah, that's what people tell me, but the problem is it was not like this last year. Last year in December, we had the biggest result in fundraising, the craziest numbers. We had the craziest numbers of viewers. We had the craziest numbers of donations. It was a totally opposite December to this December. I don't think it is connected only to, people not having money because they are buying presents or don't have enough time to visit streams. They just also something else is happening. I don't know what the hell is happening, to be honest. I was thinking about it. Is it the fatigue? I'm not sure. Is it the total financial exhaustion of many rollers? Or is it something that they don't like in what I do? I have only questions and no answers, really. Nikki, thank you very much for 10 gifted memberships. I really appreciate it. Guys, if someone else can follow the example of Nikki and David, and earlier today there was also Robert Janasar, please do, because I really need your support right now. Because you know what? My base, Donatello and Patreon subscriptions also don't grow. I only lose subscribers there these days. Of course, yeah, I don't promote it really, but I feel like I need to focus on fundraising more than on promoting my income. But my income suffers from that a bit. Nothing critical, but I already see that I cannot spend as much as I spent. I don't know, like a year ago, yeah. Well, or even half a year ago. Anyway, Rick, let's not forget that Trump has tanked the American economy. Yeah, I remember about this. The economy is bad because of tariffs, Rick. Yeah, I remember also about this. And that's what I'm talking about. The total financial exhaustion of many people because of Trump and his policies. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Love Rick's content. Thank you, Fern Kitsune. Fern Kitsune, remind me, where are you from? For all we know, Google is hedging on UA channels because of Trump's current stance. Okay, guys, I shut up because I need to provide you the rest of the news. But so we had how much? We had $140. Then we had $160, $175. So $125 left to raise today, guys, and only 26 minutes left to do that. Let's move to the next news. Sorry to make such a big break in telling you the news and providing you with the news. I see a lot of people dropped off because of that, because they came here for news, obviously. But it's okay. I needed to talk to you sometimes because, you see, I cannot really talk to you like this lately on Sunday streams. We did not have conversations like this for a long time. I felt like I needed today, you know, guys, even though it's a news stream. So that's the news. That's the Russian propaganda news, guys. 16th of December, Moscow. So yesterday. That's how Sternenko summarized it. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that Russia is not ready for any territorial concessions and demands control over Crimea, Donetsk Oblast, Luhansk Oblast, Kherson Oblast, and Zaporizhia Oblast. Peskov, the press secretary of Putin, also rejected the idea of a Christmas ceasefire. I don't believe it. We just need another dozen statements about incredible progress. Incredible progress. That's what Starenko means. He says, I don't believe it. We just need another dozen statements about incredible progress, and then the Russians will definitely want peace. We keep ignoring what Russians are saying, guys, and all this is very dangerous because our population, not the society here in Ukraine is mobilized, as always, but the population here in Ukraine is getting relaxed. It's getting, how do you call this? Zaspani. They are like being put to bed, you know. Yeah. So, guys, that's the end of that news. I will be brief today and fast in the news. 15th day of the advent calendar of Deep State. They posted this screenshot, and this is Bilohorivka in Luhansk Oblast. Bilohorivka was actually, I think, maybe occupied twice. Maybe no, it was not occupied. Still was not occupied a year ago. But anyway, let's listen to what our dear Deep State has to say about this. If you look at Bilohorivka from satellite imagery, you could say it resembles a lunar surface covered in craters. The wounds of war will be etched into the village's landscape for many years to come. The last 9 servicemen attempted to leave Bilohorivka when it was already in the red zone. We are grateful to the officer who managed to influence the decision to withdraw, but since the enemy already controlled all approaches to the village, only 6 managed to get out. So you see, guys, the situation was pretty rough and stupid towards, stupid from command's side. Basically, our command of the brigade who was located there was not given any command for them to retreat for the soldiers. And there were still 9 soldiers in Bilohorivka, and there was no command to retreat. They were already encircled, and enemy controlled all the approaches to the village. They only 6 of them managed to get out, and the decision to finally give the command for them to get out was given by the commander of like the higher commander of the commander who was not given the order, and it was issued by Deep State. So basically, Deep State contacted the higher commander of the brigade commander or battalion commander, doesn't matter, or regiment, and that higher command made the command who was stubborn and who did not care about their men to issue a withdrawal of that force, of the manpower. Oh my God, manpower, that sounds terrible, of our defenders. But since Russians controlled all the approaches to the village, only 6 managed to get out and 3 were killed during the breakthrough from the encirclement. And it's crazy how Bilohorivka looks. Bilohorivka survived a lot, guys. Remember, Russians back in 2022 tried to cross the river next to Bilohorivka, and their pontoon was hit with artillery again and again, and around 100 or 120 vehicles, different armored personnel carriers, tanks, were shut down on that river. If you remember this, let me know in the chat. Thank you. We just got a donation. Hello from Finland. Use for any purpose. It's from Lori K. Thank you very much, Lori. This is going to be used for both fundraisers. Electronic warfare for 27th Brigade, plus a shotgun for them, and Christmas gifts for the kids, for Ukrainian kids of the Ukrainian defenders, guys. If you don't know that what we're raising funds for this week, not just Ukrainian kids, the kids of the fallen defenders and the defenders who are missing in action. Of a certain unit, of a certain, I would say, type of forces, but I cannot tell you which. It's a secret. So we have the chance to give Christmas to kids this week, and I ask you for donations, because with this donation from Lowry K, we still need to raise $80. We're on 220 right now, $80 more, and we're going to be able to not yet, but get to the goal, which is $300 on this stream today. So guys, $80 more. Please keep donating. We have only 19 minutes left to raise that remaining sum of money. And here's Bilohorivka, guys. There is a river here. I think somewhere in here where Russians were trying to cross. Maybe it was another Bilohorivka. There were 2 of them. Maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, it doesn't matter much. You've seen the craters, so maybe that's the one. Next news is bad news. It's the news about actually something that President claimed is not going to happen again, but it keeps happening. New brigades are being formed. We have most of the brigades who are holding the defense. Most of them are just very, very they are not being replenished. So basically they lack men. They don't have enough servicemen, those brigades, and new brigades are being formed again and again. And of course those new brigades are also not being completely replenished, if you know what I mean. So like we call it komplektacja, like complectation. So basically they're not being supplied with the soldiers. So brigades are created, and actually it gives, in my opinion, it's a fucking sabotage. It's when, instead of doing what is right, the opposite, the most wrong decision is being made. In our defense, we have just too many traitors in even the highest ranks of the military leadership, political leadership. That's the huge problem, and that is really hard to fight when they have that influence, power, and money. So, guys, it's about 78th Regiment becoming a brigade. Well, that's what Sternenko commented on this. He said, despite a critical shortage of personnel and a severe understanding of existing brigades understaffing, and the severe understaffing of existing brigades, senior military command continues to form new military units and expand existing ones. The 78th Separate Air Assault Regiment has announced its expansion to brigade level. Let's now get to the same, actually, now it's a brigade, yeah, the same regiment. It was a regiment before. I prepared another news, but let's move to this one first and finish the topic of this unit of the 78th. So there is a problem with this one. There is actually a big problem with it, because Sternenko also reposted this. This is the post on X that I will quickly translate for you like this. To be honest, I didn't even want to do the translation today because, well, I wanted it to be briefer. So let me translate it to you like this. The commander of 78th Regiment of the Airborne, whose call sign is Topaz, is one of those butcher commanders who completely doesn't care about their personnel, about his personnel. As a result of his incompetent management, or command of his regiment, of his unit, in autumn of 2024, the inhabited locality, as we call it, the town, or was it a village, Tsukurina, in Donetsk Oblast, was lost approximately in a week under that dude's incompetent command. So Topaz that's his call sign. And here is another screenshot that Sternenko made together with that news. Thank you very much, Fern Kitsune, for that super chat. Oh, doesn't work. Okay. Sorry that I distracted. I should distract less. So that's another serviceman from that unit, I assume, who says, I was very angry for Vryadnik, that's the last name, who was calling people to join the 78th Regiment, and then with a big part of people, he went to a good unit. But the fact that he wrote about Topaz right now from 78th Separate Airborne Regiment, in general, this is a complete truth, and only 30% of that schizophrenia that was happening there and keep happening there. So thank you for posting this. And in this post, basically he is describing the situation, how that dude is incompetent, how he is taking drugs and alcohol, how incompetent he is, and how actually he got his deputy got the award, one of the biggest awards in Ukraine, being the accomplice of this butcher. So I wanted to say what Sternenko said about this news. In the context of transforming the 78th Air Assault Regiment into a brigade, servicemen have sharply criticized this decision and reminded that there have been many complaints about the regiment's commander and now brigade commander, Roman Topaz Yevchun. In particular, the complaints concern negligent treatment of personnel and abuse of psychoactive substances. Great army reform. Let's ignore the problems in the military, even more, and see where history takes us. That's what Sternenko said, and I totally fucking agree. How fucking long we should be ignoring all the problems and just doing the same fucking mistakes. Appointing these butchers, incompetent drug addicts to positions of a regiment commander, then expanding them to brigade. Fantastic. This is all very enraging. Let's move to the previous news that I first skipped. I want to show you a video that I did not post here. Oh, I actually put it here. So this is actually a music video. I wanted to also listen some more music with you today than just the intro music, which I hope you enjoyed. And this is from the Third Assault Corps. So let me read the text first, the text of this news, and then listen to the music, guys. The music is about the soldier's life in the current war and soldiers' desires. You know, something simple like a rest, a sleep, and touching something beautiful. So, yeah, basically a very simple and meaningful song at the same time. I really enjoyed it. So listen to this. A fighter of the Third Corps wrote a soundtrack for the Day of the Ground Forces, and the brigades created the music video. Meet the first official single of the Third Army Corps, We Are Here to Live, from the AB3 music label. The music video is made from footage filmed by fighters of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade, the 60th Brigade, 63rd and 53rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, and the 125th Separate Territorial Defense Brigade. A shared view of the war from different brigades. The track, written by one of the soldiers, is the voice of our units, volunteers and infantry, those who became the foundation of the defense and are holding the front today. Great description. Let's listen to this music and watch the video clip, which is great in my opinion.
Де я опинився зараз, дім іскрить далечині, бо я борюся з динозавром, що мав лишитися в труні. Я так боюся, що втрачаю свій дурний потенціал. Та я живий, допоки бачу, що вперед іду не сам. Мої думки прості, їх можна втиснути у 2 плюси. Я хочу їсти, спати, митися, торкатися краси. Це все, що в мене є, хоч міг би бути не у цих місцях, але я знаю, іншого ти не знайдеш. Життя я тут, щоб виграти нам час, щоб всі історії про нас, щоб знов топтати навгаз, щоб кожен раз, як перший раз. Я тут, щоб виграти нам час, щоб всі історії про нас, щоб знов топтати навгаз, щоб кожен раз, як перший раз.
Я вже навіть не знаю, скільки ми днів тут, Кать.
Я старий для этого дерьма. Самоліти літають, все взривається.
5 годин до штурму залишилось. І от танкісти вони готуються.
А зараз я покажу, як правильно енергетиком збодрити свого побратима.
Це все, що в мене є, хоч міг би бути не у цих місцях, але я знаю, іншого ти не знайдеш. Життя це все, що в мене є, хоч міг би бути не у цих місцях, але я знаю, іншого ти не знайдеш.
А взагалі тут красиво.
Тут, щоб виграти наш час, щоб всі історії про нас, щоб знов топтати навгаз, щоб кожен раз, як перший раз. Ми тут, щоб виграти наш час, щоб всі історії про нас, щоб знов топтати навгаз, щоб кожен раз, як перший раз.
Ми все ж таки дійшли до вас.
Мама, я цілий, я в шапці, все добре.
Great video and great guys who are defending all of us and giving us chance to survive. Thank you for your service, every Ukrainian defender, including the 3rd Army Corps. Great song and video. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm touched. Damn it. Guys, this is the raffle item this week, and you have the last 7 minutes to donate. Please do it. We need you. We, the volunteers and Ukrainian defenders, without you, we won't be able to hold the defense as well as we hold it. These days, they hold it. We're just helping here. Rick, link please. I'm not sure it's on YouTube. I actually found it on Telegram. Let me find it. It should be 3rd Army Corps. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, guys, I'm sending you the link to the chat. Please enjoy. Тут всі історії про нас. That's bombastic. Yes, guys, please enjoy. Here's the link. Oh, I forgot to pin the link to my PayPal, right? Damn it, Rick. Damn it, bad job. Bad job. Guys, I'm gonna finish the stream in about 6 minutes. If you have the means to buy some gifted memberships, I would really appreciate it. Or super chats if you don't like gifted memberships. And I just got a donation, guys. $100 from Jason Slobodyan. Christmas presents for the kids from myself. I was once a kid, you know. Thank you, Jason. Thank you very much for this $100. I really appreciate it. Guys, that means that we raised $320. But there's still 5 minutes. We can do more if you want. If you don't want, it's okay. But if you want, you can really thank our defenders with your donation and wish them Merry Christmas too. Thank you. Thank you for this great stream. I really had great time today, guys. I was not only providing you the news, I'm still finding a perfect balance for this format. I am looking for, you know, the optimal number of news, the lengths of the text. So yeah, still, like, for example, on Sunday, it was pretty hard. Last Thursday, also harder than today. Today, the news are going like more naturally. They are shorter. There's no such long texts. So basically, I am enjoying it today a lot. So thank you for also being part of it, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's go to the next news because there are a couple of them left. Another corruption case. It actually comes from the last week, guys, but I did not have the time to report on this to you, but I decided to do it today since I had some extra news slots. I decided to report on this. So NABU and SBU worked together. In summer, they were enemies, attacking. SBU was attacking NABU. NABU was not really attacking SBU, but yeah, they were enemies. So, here's the news. Corruption in the defense sector. It's another corruption case in the defense sector, guys. Robert Johnson, thank you very much for 20 gifted memberships. I appreciate it a lot. Embezzlement of over 102 million hryvnias on reactive armor for tanks. NABU and SAPO, jointly with the SBU, have uncovered a corruption scheme through which more than 102 million was stolen. The funds were intended for reactive, in brackets, dynamic armor for the Defense Forces armored vehicles. 3 members of an organized group are among the suspects. In April 2022, during the active phase of the Russian offensive, the Ministry of Defense signed a contract with a state-owned enterprise for the urgent procurement of reactive armor for tanks. The then CEO of the state enterprise involved the commercial director and the director of a private company. They concluded a deal under which the state enterprise purchased reactive armor components, covers and cassettes at prices inflated by nearly 3 times. To conceal the crime, the company director routed the purchases through shell companies. The resulting margin was transferred to controlled accounts for laundering. So, guys, it is connected to Ministry of Defense. And it is it is dirty. But no Ministry of Defense officials or former Ministry of Defense officials are. They don't seem to get any suspicions yet. They usually get away with it. Usually, those top officials get away with it. They pay the bribes to sometimes general prosecutor office, sometimes to basic prosecutors. Yeah, it is unfortunately not that good with judiciary system in Ukraine. We are basically not really capable of making most of them accountable in the end, but at least we're prosecuting them. At least we are showing to whole Ukraine that those fuckers are not clean. Okay, just a couple of news left. I wanted to distract and mention 2 donations that I got. Guys, $30 from Average Ogre. Average Ogre is broke. Lots of love. Blessed be Ukraine's children. Thank you very much, Average Ogre. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that you're broke. But you tell this to me week after week and keep donating. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. And guys, $100 from Jeremy, the Dark Oblation. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Tickets for Silver Earth, please. $450 raised with a goal of 300. Guys, I'm more than happy. But if you want to get me to the regular 500 today, you know what to do. $50 left. But if not, I'm still gonna be happy. Thank you. It was a short but very productive stream. Okay, those couple of news that's left is actually the news from Inform Nepal. I haven't been reading anything from Inform Nepal for a long time for you, but I want to do it today because I finally started reading their Telegram channel again. I haven't been doing it for 1.5 months. Just imagine. Do you know why? Just because I did not have time to get through all 100 messages they got there, so I was putting it for later, and I had 350 in the end. So I skipped most of it. I will try to get through it, get back and get through it, but I'm not sure I'm going to be doing it. Okay, so the last news, let me make it a bit bigger, is that the only 10% of Ukraine's deep strikes hit their targets, but Russia's air defense has a vulnerability. So basically, this news is not pessimistic. It is realistic. It is actually showing the truth about Russian air defense and its effectiveness. So let me read the translation to you real quick. Russian air defense may look formidable, but it has systemic vulnerabilities. Euromaidan Press published an article. So here's the article of Euromaidan Press. I am gonna send you the link. It's in English, guys. I really recommend to read the article that was promoted by the amazing Inform Nepal, yeah. And Euromaidan Press is the author of the link. Well, the author is the person. What person is that? Ihor Kosov? If I'm not mistaken, give me a second. Ihor Kosov. He's the author, and the platform that it was published on, is Euromaidan Press. So, an article based on a new RUSI, Royal United Services Institute, report on the effectiveness of Ukrainian long-range strikes and the state of Russian air defense. According to RUSI, less than 10% of Ukraine's deep strikes against targets inside Russia reach well-protected facilities. I think it might differ. It may differ sometimes. The efficiency might be higher, definitely. Sometimes maybe even smaller. But okay, let's just take it as their version, not as the truth. Russian air defense has indeed become denser and more adaptive. It learns, conserves interceptors, and makes repeated strikes more difficult. But the key conclusion of the report is different. Russian air defense is critically dependent on the West. Foreign microelectronics, Western machine tools, calibration equipment and software, imported materials and logistics chains. That is why as RUSI notes, sanctions, cyber operations, and strikes on narrow production bottlenecks can be far more effective than attempts to break through air defense purely in combat conditions. Main takeaway: the Russian air defense system is hard to defeat in the sky, but much easier to disrupt at the production and supply stage. Yeah, great conclusion. Great article, though I did not read all the article. The summary of Informed Palm is more than enough for me to basically believe this. Okay, guys, last one or two news, I guess, left. Give me a second. Only one news. It's about SZC. SZC is the AWOL in English. Remember, AWOL, the abbreviation. So it's the news from K2. You probably guys know K2. It's also part of Magyar's how do you call this? Unmanned Systems Forces, right? So these guys are led by a commander, a famous commander, Kirilo Veres. I need to find a photo of Kirilo Veres too, but it's easy to find interview with him. Just give me a second. Kirilo Veres, there he is. This guy. Too loud. This guy. Kirilo Veres is very famous in Ukraine, and he's one of the exemplary commanders. Commanders who really care about their personnel, who takes, basically considers, he actually calls his soldiers his kids. So this guy has almost a flawless reputation, if not completely flawless. But anyway, let me read the news from K2 today. It is possible to return to service after AWOL in the K2 Brigade. Yes, we've seen the news, but nothing has changed for us. By the way, they were expanded to brigade now, guys. K2 is the whole brigade now. Yes, we've seen the news, but nothing has changed for us. You can still return to K2 after unauthorized absence from your unit, AWOL. What's more, service members no longer need to go through reserve military units. The K2 Brigade can reinstate personnel directly. We emphasize AWOL is an unlawful act that entails criminal liability. However, we understand that circumstances can vary, so each application is reviewed individually and without prejudice. In K2, it doesn't matter how you came to us. What matters are your skills and your willingness to destroy the enemy. I think it's a great tactics and great perception of the situation and behavior towards solving it. So you see, guys, not everything is lost. The new law, the new I knew the word. It's not a law, but it's like a directive. Yes, the new directive from the General Staff of Ukrainian Army is not working for all units and not for all procedures, only for the electronic one, it seems. So that's a pretty good news. That's it, guys. I actually managed to provide you with all the news in 1 hour and 34 minutes and also talk to the chat for a bit. Great result. I am happy with myself today. I felt like I am sleepy today, but it seems I am very productive still. Even though not being completely energized, I can be productive. So thank you guys for being here with me today. Look at the patch that we have. If you don't know that we started a campaign officially yesterday with Roman Trochimets, let's quickly watch a 55-second video of me and him presenting that campaign. We did a good job in my opinion. My humble opinion. Yeah, look at these two guys. And let me adjust it on the screen. No, make it bigger, Rick. Yeah, this way. Hi guys, I'm Rick the Ukrainian.
Hello friends, I'm Roman Trokimets.
There are only two positions in this war,
Be in the army.
or be for the army,
Right now, we are raising 60,000 euros for vehicles.
and tires for them, for 5 combat units that are holding the front line.
Cars for soldiers, it's evacuation, logistic and survival.
Without vehicles, positions fall.
Wounded don't get out in time.
The front becomes weaker.
These units are keep on fighting for 4 years.
That's why we need to support them now,
If you can't be in the army,
be for the army.
so we are still standing.
Thank you that we are not alone in this battle. You can get these limited patches with your donations.
Find the link for this campaign in the description. Slava Ukraini!
Heroям слава. Fucking awesome. Guys, I am happy that we launched this campaign, and yesterday's video on both of our channels and the Instagram page of Roman, I think, brought most of the people. The campaign feels already much better. Let me show you what we have there. So we had 2,445 euros yesterday before 6 p.m. and after that we came to 6,185 euros. But to be honest, it slowed down significantly today and almost stopped. So if you haven't donated to this campaign yet, it's the first link in the description of this video. We're raising funds for 5 trucks and tires for them. We have great patches that you can get with 100 euro donation each. And yeah, also visit our Discord and find the channel that is called Rollers Fund Rollers. And you may be able to get a free patch, one of these, if Robert has something to offer. He usually has something there. So if you don't have the means to buy the patch with your donation, donate anything you can. It can be 5 euros, 10, 1, 2, whatever. And go there to Rollers Fund Rollers on our Discord and request a patch from a community. It might not necessarily be Robert Jones, or other community members also share those patches. Okay, I am almost done. Last thing to show you is actually the announcement of tomorrow's stream. I still haven't created the link, did not have the time today, but tomorrow we're going to have a service woman from one of the units who is actually who has that request for us, Christmas gifts for kids of the fallen and missing in action defenders of Ukraine. We will help approximately 100 kids around that, and we need 50,000 hryvnias for this fundraiser. So tomorrow I'm gonna stream with her and with Katerina. Katerina Kosecka is gonna join us. She's also a friend of that servicewoman. So my friends, that's it. That's all I had to say today. Love you all. Live long, prosper, and donate. And thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. I loved to see you here. It was a great stream. And moderators, thank you for your hard work. By the way, guys, forgot to show you. That's what I have now, standing behind me, always reminding me that we are never going to give each other up and let each other down. Run around and desert each other, make each other cry, each other. Never gonna say goodbye or tell a lie and hurt each other, huh? And most importantly, our defenders. Thank you, Nikki, for this great gift. And see you tomorrow, guys. There's gonna be an amazing coffee shop stream tomorrow. Very inspiring to me. Okay, time to go. Live long and prosper and donate, and the sun will rise over the free Donbass. Slava Ukraini.